It's showtime, folks. Welcome in. Chase and Big Joe, 1025, 1063, the game on this Monday. Hope you had a fantastic weekend and are having a great start to your day. He's Big Joe Duman. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos. I feel like it's been a year since we've actually been in studio, so good to be in here today. What's up, JoJo?
It's good to be back home where we belong and seeing our good friend, the famous, the talented Dr. Crane.
Yes.
Back there behind the
just
the
here,
fence.
guys.
The
I'm just
famous young Italian American doing a great job.
Yes.
here. You guys do a great job on the mic as well. All right.
Yeah, we try. Thank you. Also, how about this? It is finally here, the pro day for Cam Ward down at the University of Miami.
Is he gonna
You and I
throw?
drove, I guess, you and I drove through there one time and saw more money than we'll ever see in our life.
Yeah, that was back December of 23. But is he going to throw today or is he going to like half-ass like he did in the bowl game?
I have no idea.
What's he going to do today?
I have no idea. Paul Kuharski reporting that the contingent from the Titans that is there include Chad Brinker, Mike Berganzi, Reggie McKenzie, Dave Ziegler, Brian Callahan, Nick Holtz, and more.
Why is Nick Holtz there?
I knew you were going to say that. I knew the moment his name came out of my mouth, you were going to say, why is he there?
Why is he there? I mean, the guy makes suggestions. He doesn't actually do anything.
I don't know. You don't know exactly what he does.
He told us. He told us at camp last year.
Right, but I mean, he could do other
He
things.
told us at camp.
Okay, he could do
Because I
other
said, what specifically do you do? Well, I don't actually call the plays. I make suggestions. I'm like, so you got the same title I have at the radio station, which is a whole lot of nothing, man.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, basically.
Thank
you.
you.
It is. 615-737-1025. That's our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. So after today, is it like basically just yell it from the rooftops that, that they're taking Cam Ward, or like, I mean, how is this going to work?
I don't believe they're taking him until they walk up there and say, we're taking Cam Ward. I still don't believe it. And I know the Giants signed Jameis Winston this past weekend, and I don't care about that. But I still think
I'm a
they
little
want
sad by that. But,
they want to make a splash. And I think the Titans still hold the cards, man. They hold all the cards. And until this happens, and I think they're forcing themselves into talking themselves into taking Cam Ward. And it's just I don't think he's the guy. I really don't think he's the guy.
Well, I know you have to be excited that the Titans are reportedly signing a kicker. I mean, that's riveting stuff right there. Joey Sly, who had been with the Patriots and the Commanders, his 81.7 field goal percentage. So they have signed him.
I'm sure Nick Folk loves this.
See, I thought Nick Folk was a free agent.
I don't know.
I guess he's not.
I guess
I was wrong.
I guess he's not going out to the old folks' home. But you
swear.
Shut your mouth on that one. I'm good for them.
Rollins.
They got Hecker and Sly, man. It's a nice 70s cover band. Johnny Hecker, the punter,
Or
and
two
now,
like LA detectives.
oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Hecker and Sly. Damn it, Hecker and Sly! They should have figured this out weeks ago.
Sorry, Captain.
Probably not.
Clay is their captain.
Is Clay going to call in today after Vanderbilt couldn't beat St. Mary's?
I don't even want to talk. Do we have to talk about that? I don't even want to talk about it.
He's got a laundry list of things to do. He didn't bring donuts.
Right.
No.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Vanderbilt had gotten pounded by Alabama on Sunday anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered.
I know. It just you had to bring this up. I mean, I'm sitting there Friday. I'm listening to the game. I'm watching the game. I finally get home. It's the end of the game. And I'm just going, why do I do this to myself? I have been a fan of the Vanderbilt Commodores basically since birth. I know this is coming. No offense to everyone. They've had a great season. They made the tournament. Happy about that. But it's like I sit there and I start to allow myself to think, all right, they're going to win a tournament game. Bring on Alabama. Let's go. And then I just get disappointed.
What I got after the game, listening to everybody, it's like, hey, glad you got there. Was nobody mad? I'd be mad.
Yeah, no,
But
I don't want any of that. I'm just happy to be here stuff.
So
No.
let me ask you this question, and I'm conflicted on this about the tournament. All right. And so, in football, if you're a Tennessee fan, Alabama wins the national championship, you want Alabama to get beat. I
Yeah.
mean, you want Alabama in football. You want Alabama or LSU. I mean, you want your team to win. You want your Florida to lose. Is it the same way in the tournament?
Like what? You're
So if
just
you're-
happy to be there?
Well, no. Like if you're Tennessee, if you're a Tennessee basketball fan, does it make you feel good that there are 6 other SEC teams that are in the Sweet 16?
No.
I'm conflicted
Yeah.
because I think it's a cool thing, but at the same time, I want Alabama to lose. I want
see,
Florida to
right.
lose.
I see what you're saying, but it kind of it does. Now you need to keep winning too, but it does show you how battle tested you are. Like I think Ole Miss dominating Iowa State like they did last night was more of it shows you how battle tested they are in such a tough conference. Like everybody was surprised by that. Like, listening to the commentators and everything, they're like, man, I'm kind of surprised this happened. I'm not necessarily, because the level of competition that Ole Miss sees night in and night out is far greater than what Iowa State would see.
So you got 7 teams in the Sweet 16. Say only 2 SEC teams made it. Then we'd be like,
then everybody's talking about, I thought they were so dominant. What happened?
So I'm conflicted now. I mean, because you're kind of like, all right, this is a tough conference. Florida and Auburn, and look what they're doing. They could go all the way. Tennessee's there. Kentucky's there. Arkansas made it. And so you're like, hey, good for these guys. Let's keep it going. Does the rivalry thing still not work in basketball? Because in football, it's like, no, I want all these teams to lose.
Yeah.
In basketball, I see it differently, and I don't know why.
I think it does. I mean, it still exists, but it is different because of the tournament. I mean, I think it's a great topic to bring up. I mean, but I definitely think there is some differences. Like, you don't want your other SEC opponents to make the playoff in football because you want your team to make it and win it all, right?
Correct.
But then you're going to have the same people that are like, only one SEC team made it. They're not that dominant. So it just depends on what side of the argument you're on. So
if you're a Tennessee fan, are you rooting for Auburn and Florida to lose? I guess probably. At this point now you are, but I'm like, it looked good. 7 SEC teams are in the Sweet 16.
Is that a record? I mean, I know it was 14 was a record to get into the tournament. Is 7 to the Sweet 16 in the same year? That's got to be something.
Sure. I mean, the Big Ten, would they ever get, or ACC get that many? I don't know. With all that.
I mean,
but I like the fact that Oklahoma and Texas aren't in that.
Yeah.
So you can't those 2 teams.
Well, Texas made a coaching change over the weekend.
They did.
So, and look, Sean Miller going there was like the easiest. Once Will Wade was off the market, going to NC State.
Yeah.
As soon as like any inkling of Texas making a change, it's like, it's going to be Sean Miller.
You're not turning down Texas.
No.
At all.
And Sean Miller's like Will Wade, now we have these guys that they got in trouble. Well, now it's not really a big deal anymore. And so,
do all that.
And it looks like Chris Mack is going to go back to Xavier. So Chris Mack will replace Sean Miller at Xavier twice. How funny is that?
More things change, more than stay the same. I need your opinion on something else that happened over this weekend tournament game. 30 seconds to go in the Liberty game. Liberty's getting smashed by Oregon. And there's a guy waiting to come in for Liberty. Senior, never played in a tournament.
Oh, wow.
And they're not, and Liberty's got the ball. Oregon's got the ball, probably going to run the timeout. Guy's not going to get in. The ref notices him sitting there, right? How the ref knows who this guy is, I don't know. The ref calls a timeout for alleged spot on the court. So what it does,
lets him come in.
Lets him come in. I think that's absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
I love the sentiment, but I think it's wrong that he stopped the game. Does that give the ref? So that just shows the refs like, we're here to call games. We don't have all that power. That showed that they are somehow invested in the game.
Yeah.
Beyond calling the fouls.
From the human standpoint, it's like he's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
From doing his job standpoint, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Is that a Robin Hood system where
a little bit? I mean, it's not going to change the outcome of the game. Like you're not. Well, okay. Let me ask this, because this has to factor in. I don't know what the score of the game was at the time, but Are you going to potentially alter the total or alter the spread?
Keep going, baby.
I
mean, there's a
now
lot
you're
of
kind
tentacles here for this.
Yeah, I mean now there's kind of a discussion there.
Yep.
I mean, again, like I'm not going to beat the guy up for it, and he shouldn't get in any kind of trouble or anything for it. Because like you said, like I appreciate the sentiment, but I also see like, okay, you're showing a little too much control there. Just let the clock run out.
Well, why can't it be if it's team A playing team B and team A is trailing by a point, they have no timeouts left, the ref can say, "Oh,
Right.
spot on the
but
court."
then it's a completely different conversation. Then you're looking at the ref going like, "Wait a minute, what do you got on this?"
But he's allowed to call the game to stop the game for alleged spot on the court.
Right. When you're in garbage
I had
time
a-
and you're trying to get a guy in.
Yes. I again, good point. Human element, love it. But by the rules, I'm conflicted a lot today.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one. I'm definitely with you on that
Okay.
one. There's a little funny business going on there.
Right.
So 615-737.
We don't
No, we don't. 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHonda.com. A lot on the table today. It's Cam Ward's Pro Day down in Miami. Tennessee advances to the Sweet 16, where they will take on Kentucky, which should be a great matchup. Kentucky's gotten them twice this year, but a lot of coaches will tell you, a lot of people will tell you, it's hard to beat a good team 3 times. So can Tennessee punch their ticket to the Elite Eight? We'll talk about all that and much more. Brett Kern going to join us at 10 o'clock. Plus, be listening this hour for the keyword to text him to win Billy Idol tickets along with Joan Jett and the Blackhearts at Bridgestone Arena. A lot going on this Monday. We'll get to your calls and texts coming up next here on Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game.
Does Brian ask you for recommendations? How do you tell
A
him you
little
want to run his
bit.
play?
So yeah, and so like maybe it's 2nd and 10, and he goes, "Hey, if we get half it here, what do you like on 3rd and 5?" And then he's asking his dad, and then we'll have guys that are kind of different situational, that are kind of in charge of situations for us. So somebody might be in charge of the red zone and say, "Hey, if I get to the 10, do you like this play?"
You want to get down?
That was Titans offensive coordinator Nick Holtz at training camp last year.
Dr.
I knew
Crane,
Dr. Crane would find it. There you go. Joe is basically like, so what do you do exactly?
That was a long answer of talking about nothing. It's like asking, I don't know, somebody on The Office, like, what do you do? Like Creed, what do you do here? Well, I got a lot of responsibilities. It depends on what time of day it is and what's going on.
Whenever anybody opens with, I have a lot of responsibilities, it generally means they don't do anything.
Right.
That's what that means.
What's the meme? Is it the Howard Stern guy that's walking around? It's like, what are you doing? He's like, me? I'm not doing nothing. Like, what are you doing in here? I'm not doing nothing. I'm just walking around. I'm like, that's kind of what it is right there.
Got your client count up?
Yeah, right. Get it up. You're at 3, need you at 5.
615-737-1025. Trey will lead us off today. Trey, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
We're good.
Hey, I was looking, I wanted to talk about the Tennessee and Kentucky game. And my thing of it is, I think Tennessee's probably going to have to score somewhere around 80 points to beat Kentucky, because Kentucky's been averaging over 80 points a game. I think they can do it. And I want to talk about Cam Ward. Didn't he go to 3 different schools?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, he went to three different schools. So there's 3 different playbooks. Why did he do that? Why didn't he just stay at one school and produce at one school? I think that's a sign of instability, and I'm with Joe. I don't think we need to take him. And y'all have a good day. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Trey.
you.
Well, look, I mean, it's
Well, look where he started.
yeah, he started at Incarnate Word, which if you can tell me where that is, I'll figure out a prize to give. No, I won't. But
Right.
But I mean, like, he started out there, and then he went to Washington State, and then Miami. Here's the other thing. I mean, and I'm not picking on Trey here, but this is college sports. Guys are like, if you find me a player that spent his entire career at one school, then I'll be very surprised. There's not many of them left.
In
I know they
today's climate,
exist.
yeah.
I know they exist, but they're going to bounce around because that's just what it's become. I mean, we've seen guys in this tournament that I'm like, wait a minute, didn't they play for this other school last year?
I mean, they're all over the board for that. And I think the first quarterbacks move and do this and that. But to me, the first one was Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew was out of Mississippi, went to Northwest Mississippi Community College, then to East Carolina, and then to Washington State. And then now he's in the pros. He's on his 5th team in the pros. But Minshew was the one, like, how are you getting all this transfer time for all that's going on? And so, but he made the most. Look, you're at Word, you go to State, you go to Miami, you keep moving up.
Word.
And John McClain's talked about being like, he's now been in 3 different systems. He's proved that he's very coachable. Nobody that's coached him has had a problem with him. So you see all the good talk and the good intangibles like that. So, but you're correct. These days, no quarterback, Joe Burrow started at Ohio State, knew he was not getting on the field with LSU. So guys are going to, with now today's game, if a guy stays more than 2 years, you're doing something special, or he's doing something special where he is.
To Trey's point on Kentucky, Tennessee, for reference, Tennessee is a 4.5 point favorite, and the total is 146.5. So I don't think he's far off. Maybe 75, maybe not 80, but I mean, I think it's going to take around that to win this ball game. The thing is, though, that Tennessee lost to Kentucky twice in the regular season, didn't see each other in the SEC tournament. It's really, really hard to beat a good team 3 times. I don't even think Tennessee's played their best game yet. I mean, you have these guards that are so vaunted that were terrible from the 3-point line.
Mm-hmm.
They turn that on, then who knows what this looks like. So, but that's the trick for Tennessee. They can't have, I mean, they got to go up a notch now. Like, they can't get by by, you know, some of these guys just not having their A game. That you won't win.
No, you want, and it's going to be Indianapolis. So Kentucky, is it at the field house or is it the?
It's at Lucas Oil.
There's going to be 60,000 Kentucky fans. Well, you got
Oh, yeah.
Purdue,
Yep.
Houston, Kentucky, and Tennessee. Kentucky fans are going to take over. But look, just play your game. Just play your game, and you win. And I'd love for Tennessee to beat Houston. I would love.
I
if
mean,
they get
look,
there and
I'm
go.
just I am all in on Tennessee. I'd love to see them make the Final Four. You know, I've been hard on Rick Barnes over the years,
You
but
have.
but he's a hell of a coach, and I'll give him credit for
You
that.
have.
And
Why? He said nothing to you.
well, my problem was for many years
Don't say
they
it.
would be really good in the regular season, then they get to the tournament and the wheels would fall off.
Mhm.
Now, getting to Sweet 16s and Elite 8s, all right, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's right.
So they've done that. They've gotten to 3 straight Sweet 16s, lost to Purdue in the Elite 8 last year. We'll see what happens this year.
Lost
I mean,
to Purdue in the 16 and 18. Is that
I
right?
think so.
Or 19, one of those years. They all run together now. But
But
the
I mean, you had the
Oregon
didn't
State loss was embarrassing
Florida Atlantic, didn't they get him?
in 6, but they made the Sweet 16.
Right.
I think you get an extra pat on the back for the Sweet 16. Three Sweet 16s in a row.
Yeah.
But the Oregon State loss in 21, the Michigan loss in 22 were embarrassing because you had good basketball teams.
Loyola Chicago.
Well, to Aunt Jean. So you lose
Sister Jean.
Sister. God,
I have an
dang it.
Aunt Jean.
Sister Jean. Yeah, Sister Jean. But now, I mean, you made 3 Sweet 16s is really good, and now you got a team that you can beat that's beat you twice to get it done. So I think the Indianapolis Sweet 16 site is going to be amazing because Purdue, that's Purdue's backyard, man.
Yeah.
They're going to go crazy.
Let's get to Ron's call. Then I have another tournament point. Ron, what's up?
Oh yeah, I was just I was talking about rooting for like people from the SEC and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like the only loyalty I have as far as the SEC is Tennessee and Vanderbilt. I mean, why would I want to root? Because see, once they're out of the tournament, why would I want to root for Alabama and Auburn's success just because they're in the SEC? These are people I'm competing with as far as recruits and NIL. So that don't make no sense, so to me. So that's all I had to say on that.
Love it, man. Thank you for
Nope,
that.
I think it's a fair point.
I'm football.
Ron.
I'm with you. I'm a little conflicted in basketball. I'm like, because it's like you're part of this super conference that's kicking butt in the tournament, and now, but I go back to football. And if I'm a Tennessee fan, I don't want Alabama winning. I don't want Florida winning. I don't want Auburn winning. I want them all to lose. For some reason, basketball, it switches my brain to a different one, and I can't understand that.
Okay. So Thursday night at the Prudential Center in New Jersey, BYU, Alabama. You're pulling for Alabama?
But I'm not a fan of really any team. But if I'm a Tennessee fan, no, I want BYU to win.
Yeah. I mean, and then same, let's see, then you got Maryland, Florida at the Chase Center in San Francisco.
But all these teams start losing. How does it reflect on your that conference? Of course you want them to lose, but it just, I don't know. Again, that's why I'm like 50-50 on this.
And then the last game Thursday night, Texas Tech, that'd be something. Texas Tech and Arkansas.
I'm Arkansas all the way.
John Calipari finds a way, beats Pitino. I didn't realize this, that head-to-head, I guess this is in the tournament, or maybe it's just overall, head-to-head. He's gotten him. I think he's like 3-2 against him.
Calipari?
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, those two men hate each other.
Okay.
Each other.
So I agree with you, but I think they respect each other.
To
And
a
I
certain
I
level
think
where
you-
it's like, I'm more back to hating you now. Because Calipari's comments after the game, like, well, you go against Pitino. He's like, yeah, I've known Rick since the 70s. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. And our team. You just tell this disdain in his voice for Pitino.
Well, I think it's more, I think Pitino, and obviously Pitino now, that he's gone through everything, and I think he's just happy to be coaching, so he's a little bit different now. I think but no, I agree with you. But I think you can hate someone and still have respect for him.
hate's a strong word.
I know, but it's a rivalry. I mean,
But I think I can't stand. But anyway, I'm hoping Arkansas does it. It's just
They
nobody
both-
thinks they should be there. I
Yeah,
love it, man.
But they both won one title at Kentucky.
They did.
I mean, Patino, you can kind of try and give him a second one because it was basically his team that Tubby won with. But I mean, they both won one title at Kentucky,
Yeah,
and then he got Louisville, which I guess got taken away.
it
but,
did get taken away.
But yeah, Memphis. It had Calipari won at Memphis, that would have been taken away. So I mean, they're pretty
Oh,
much the same.
He had to do it. Memphis. Derrick Rose was
Hit
make
free throws.
free throw. That's it. It's that. I think that's been taken away too. I think the runner-up has been gone. I mean, I think they took it away.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
not
No, they
there.
did.
So you had Memphis in 93, not Memphis, Michigan in 93, Memphis in 08, and Louisville in 13.
Yeah,
He wasn't part of the Michigan thing, but that doesn't exist anymore.
never happened. Nobody saw it.
It didn't. None of
No.
that stuff.
It's been the Men in Black, the little memory thing.
Yeah.
That we all got zapped with that. So.
Can I, real quick, and then we go to the break. The top headline on ESPN right now, which is making me laugh.
What is it?
Tiger Woods confirms he's dating Trump's ex-daughter-in-law.
Can we talk about that for a second?
please?
Yeah, because I'm so glad you brought this up
The pictures.
because I have a bone to pick with Tiger Woods.
Good. I love it.
On that. It's Chasing Big Joe. Again, be listening for the keyword, and you'll be entered to win tickets to see Billy Idol and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts at Bridgestone Arena on Saturday, May 17th. You listen in this hour. I'll give you the keyword. You text it, and you'll be entered to win. It's Chasing Big Joe, brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel, 102.5, 106.3 The Game.
Great. Would you want to just say a couple of words, Tiger? He doesn't. He's much more comfortable. Tiger.
Was that Tiger? Chasing Big Joe, 1025, 1063, the game on this Monday. Brett Kern will join us coming up at the top of the hour. Again, we're hitting a lot of different things today, but I wanted to address this that I saw, I guess it was yesterday, that Tiger Woods has basically confirmed his new relationship and says, this was a tweet yesterday. So who is this? I don't even know who this is.
Donald Trump Jr.'s
Ex-wife.
ex-wife.
Okay.
Kai is her
Yeah.
name.
Tiger says, love is in the air and life is better with you by my side. We look forward to our journey through life together. At this time, we would appreciate privacy for all those close to our hearts. Then why the hell are you posting on Twitter
One photo shows
or
Woods and
Instagram?
Vanessa Trump posing. I don't know where I got Kai from. Vanessa Trump posing together along with them lying in a hammock with the arm draped around his chest as he gazes skyward. There is another picture of Tiger removing all the drivers from the house.
Well done. By the way, this picture of them on the hammock,
Right.
show me a definition of the word staged.
Oh, yeah.
That is so staged.
Oh, absolutely it is.
And then you want to be like, give us privacy. Like, okay, then why are you posting on social media?
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's exactly
And it's
right.
not even you posting. This is like one of your people.
So for Vanessa Trump, who was married to Donald Trump Jr., has been seen at Torrey Pines with her daughter Kai when Woods arrived for
that's
the
where
final round to hand out the trophy of the winner of the Genesis Invitational. He's the tournament host, and then posted the picture out there.
Now, not that I care or our audience cares, but is he like, are he and Trump cool, or does
That's a great question. I would guess not.
yeah? But I mean, he went to. Was that recent that you just played, or was that
Yeah, that was this year.
That was
I
this
would
year?
say back maybe early February.
okay? So that was recent.
Let's get it now. The reaction now. The terrible guy didn't want him around.
I had a better bump, but I didn't get all done in time.
That's all right. Anyway,
Terrible golfer.
somebody sent me a note.
He's
and
no
said,
John Daly.
I love y'all's radio show. It's as if the show has ADHD.
If ever there were an accurate statement about this program,
Thank you, John,
that's
for the
it.
text. We appreciate that. That means a lot to us. Thank you. I just think, it's the world of sports.
Of course, we got our great text now coming in about that. I'm just like, if you want privacy and don't want people talking about it, then don't post about it.
Right. I totally agree with that.
Don't bring photographers over to stage a terrible picture in a hammock and put it on social media.
And that's the stage part, because we see it all the time with certain people on Instagram, which just that's why we make
You're
fun
right.
of that all the time, because it is so not authentic that it's like, what in the world is happening? All that. I don't know. It's just
What
funny.
here's the thing about Tiger Woods. He makes it so difficult to cheer for him. like he's the greatest golfer of all time.
Right.
I want to cheer for him. When he came back and won the Masters,
Oh,
it was like, oh, that was awesome. I want to see him do it again. I want to see him get healthy. Like, watching Tiger at Augusta is like the coolest thing ever. But then he does stuff like that, and it just makes it so hard to pull for him.
Yep. I agree.
And there's so many people like that, but it's just like, why? Why do you do this to you? Why do you have to be a jerk?
Yeah, I get all that with what that goes on. I was thinking about with athlete that you love, but you can't stand his other half. And
Yeah.
it's a question it's a June topic that goes on like that. I mean, I don't know Vanessa Trump from anybody in the world, and she's probably fine and fantastic, and they get along great. Long as he's happy, that's all that matters. I just thought it's funny because this was the top story earlier on ESPN.com.
So there's a texter that is up in arms about the Titans. We're going to just continue to be ADHD here. Why are the Titans signing a kicker when they still do not have a starting quarterback, and neither of the supposed top two quarterbacks in the draft are NFL starting quarterback material? Are they trying to turn the Titans into the Cleveland Browns of the South? If not for the new stadium being built, I swear Amy Adams Strunk is trying to drive attendance so low that she can move the team to Miami, a la Rachel Phelps in Major League.
Well, listen, do you want him not to do anything to sign a quarterback? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
business goes on.
right. And here's the thing: I heard Robbie and Joe talking about this. I'm pretty sure Nick Folk is a free agent.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't think
okay.
he's under contract.
I
I
just-
know that. I know he's still listed. Here's another Titans. If you're listening, I'm about to complain about you again. Fix your roster on your website, because there are guys still listed on this roster on the website, or at least they were on Friday, that are not on the team anymore. Take them off.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure Nick Folk is one of them.
All right. Is this treading on Jim Wyatt territory or no? There's no Jim
look,
Wyatt. slander on this.
I don't think this is Jimmy's fault.
Okay. All right. With
I
all
should
that.
call Jimmy and see,
Yeah.
hey, can
He
you do
get
this for
on it,
me?
make it happen. I mean, that guy's like Chick-fil-A. He makes things happen immediately. No, that's the thing. He's like, what do you want them to do? Not sign anybody until they sign a quarterback? Then you could be waiting months.
Right.
I mean, example.
This kicker sucks, but they
Right.
signed a kicker.
Example. What's the most important show on 102.5 right now?
The one that's currently on the air.
Correct. And next, DVD,
Yes.
then Jerry. Are they not preparing for their shows today?
It depends on who you ask. that question.
Well, they're getting ready for the day. So work goes on. Work goes on. Robbie and Rexo, then now it's us and DVD, on and on. Work goes on, so you can't just sit around. And I get the sentiment, like the quarterback is the most important thing, but you got to have patience with this. Meanwhile, you got to go out and sign guys. So should they have not signed Dan Moore Jr., who I
Nope,
guess
don't have a quarterback. Can't sign anybody.
Can't sign anybody,
Don't have
right?
a quarterback.
Don't do anything to get a quarterback. So I get why you're frustrated. I understand that. But man, business has to go on. And signing this kicker today, does he have a relationship with Fossil?
I don't know.
Along the
Joey
way?
Sly.
Joey Sly.
Listen,
It sounds like Ron Mexico.
I'm
This is not a real name.
I'm going to declare something right now on this program on March 24th, 2025. That
Bankruptcy?
if he is the starting kicker for the Tennessee Titans, if Sly and the Family Stone is not
God. Yes.
what's played after he hits a field goal, then I don't know what we're doing anymore.
Do we have a Sly in the Family? What song is there?
I mean, there's several.
What's the one that comes to mind that I can't? It's not. Oh, the OJs did Love Train.
Yeah.
What? Dr. Crane will figure it out.
Yeah,
for
he'll
us,
find he'll find something.
But that, look at you. You need to get over there, and that didn't even crossed my mind. I like that. Unlike the na 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 na
My Sharona.
na 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 na.
Rob Barones.
I remember when he kicked a team called a timeout. Barones missed the field goal, and they played it. And Fisher was losing his jewels on the sidelines. He was
They fired off the fireworks too, I think.
Yeah, all that. He was going bonkers, and then all that, just the worst thing that could happen. But Barones ended up making the field goal.
Yeah, I remember. And now they do Kick a Little by
Little Texas,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's what it's been the last few years. I like that. That's not bad.
He's
Dr.
waiting-
Crane, he's working back
He's
there.
with
It's
the
fine.
lab going.
There you go. That would be perfect.
I like this, but I need a line dance with the special teams guys to the left, like the electric slide. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. This would work.
Oh yes.
I'm going to confirm something.
I'm telling you, if they do this, we got to give you the credit. Mark this on March 24th. Jason McCabe
Okay.
finally said something relevant that we can mark down. Keep it
Thank
in
you.
there.
Blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
Right.
Let's qualify some people, shall we? We're going to be doing this all week during the 9 o'clock hour. You have to listen for a keyword. When I give you the keyword, you text it to 615-737-1025, and you will be entered to win an all-inclusive Eurostone Club ticket experience to see Billy Idol and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts at Bridgestone Arena on Saturday, May 17th. It's served up by Bavarian Beer House, located at Opry Mills Mall. Enjoy traditional German beer, brats, giant pretzels, and more in their expansive beer hall and garden. Text the keyword Billy, B-I-L-L-Y, to 615-737-1025 now. Do not call. Text it to 615-737-1025, and you'll be entered to win. Good luck. More coming. Chasing Big Joe, 1025, 106.3 The Game. Hey, if you want to win tickets to a Preds game, be listening to Robbie and Rexroad tomorrow for Preds Pick to Click. All you have to do is guess the Preds goal scorer, and if they put the puck in the back of the net, you're a winner. That simple. Be listening tomorrow morning for the cue to call on Robbie and Rexroad. Chasing Big Joe live at the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership, where the buzz is always about great service here on this Monday. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Quick text for Dr. Crane. Joey from Bellevue. Hey, Nick, how about Nashville SC, the only local team with a positive outlook at the moment? 30 seconds, go.
They look great. This team, the rebuild is different. It's not a rebuild. It's a retooling process, and they look like a team that's playoff worthy.
It's funny how that works if you do it right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how soccer free agency, I know you go buy contracts and stuff like that, how
Right.
that works in comparison to the NHL or the NFL. But, I mean, you certainly can do it. Like the Predators, I think, will be in a position that they can do a pretty quick retooling and probably be back in the game.
Right. And Nashville SC has done the same thing in the fact that they've grabbed guys from small, I guess, leagues, especially the, I guess, Swedish Premier League, where they got Tagseth, Yazbek, and now Ahmed Qasim, who Yazbek and Qasim were not available this past weekend.
Why not?
Stomach bug, I believe, or something like that. So,
Stomach bug.
yeah. And so Johnny Perez, one of the guys that scored the goal, he didn't know until 5:45 the day of the game and started.
Well,
So
then we got a Lou Gehrig situation here, because these other two guys are like, look up. You know how Lou Gehrig got his start? You need to look this up.
Wally
Anyway,
Pipp.
Yeah. Wally Pipp, great player, didn't feel like playing that day. And Lou Gehrig played, never relinquished his spot. So,
He had never taken a day off.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So these two guys need to get tough.
I mean,
Meanwhile, Johnny Padre here is going to
I don't even think it was he didn't feel like playing. Didn't who's the manager? It was he's a Hall of Famer.
Casey Stengel? No,
Yeah,
Leo
It might have
DeRocher?
been
I don't know.
it might have been Casey Stengel.
Late 20s, man. I went around.
You weren't?
Billy Martin.
I'll
all
ask
that.
Pogue.
Pogue would certainly know.
but overall, they are playing well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they've got some homegrown or some
Some
young
talent.
guys.
Yeah. Isaiah Jones on the, I believe, substitutions list, along with a few other
Now,
guys.
what
as
is
well.
that? What's the substitutions list?
You know,
It's the list of teachers that that could call.
the guys that are on the bench that are waiting to get their number called to go into the game. if
Well, I'll
need
just
be.
say he's a backup. Can you not? You soccer people are weird.
Joe.
Just go
What do you
with
mean
the
by
flow.
you people?
Yeah,
Just go with
easy
the
with
flow.
the phrase "you people."
You people. You people. That's my Ross Perot when he came here and did that and it did that in Nashville in 1992 and didn't work well.
The thing that
You people.
I say the thing that really does attract me to watching Nashville SC is that they're doing all this with guys that are on international duty. Andy Nahar, Jacob Schaffelberg, and you have other guys that are on the team already, and they're slowly, gradually getting the ball under their feet, and they're
Yeah.
comfortable
All right.
out there.
Again, what's international duty? Why are you not here? I'm paying you to be here. I need you here.
It's a whole soccer thing.
We'll get in this outside of
No,
But
I
you-
want to know right now.
international duties when teams, international international nation teams like Canada, Honduras, Italy, America, all the above. They have these competitions.
Okay.
Like CONCACAF Champions Cup, all the above. And they end up grabbing players from club teams saying, hey, we need you to play for our nation. They go grab them. They're unavailable to play for their club. And then they have to find other guys that are already on the roster.
No, listen, if my top player, Nick Frazier, is from Argentina, and I got a big ass game this weekend against New England for the MLS Cup playoff, and Argentina needs you to go play in some tournament down there, how do you figure this out?
It's the decision from the player then at that point.
Then David James is playing for you.
Oh, we just lost. Thanks.
Sorry, Dave.
Really? That's a player's decision?
I think so. Once it
But
gets to
I'm
that
paying
point,
you.
I mean, sorry. Like it then comes to the player's point of like, listen, hey, either I go play for my home country or I can go play for the club. And it honestly depends on
Internet. Look, it's an international duty trumps anything else.
Why are you now? Why are you telling me this? Are you in soccer now too?
I mean, I just know that.
He's got
Okay.
some sources.
Okay. But you really like Nashville SC, their 5-3-2-1 attack, right? With the one floater?
4-2-2-2.
I-
Yes.
Oh, okay. 2-2. Like,
I like their 867-5309.
how's their Desmond 2-2? Pretty good. Looking good.
Jordan 2.
Jordan 2-2. So what? Okay, real quick. Why are we so successful now? And by we, when you win, it becomes a we. When we start losing, it becomes what are you doing?
Yeah. No, Nashville, the reason why they're having so much success is this new I guess, attacking style that BJ Callahan has brought in. After the team loses possession of the ball, they high press everything. And I've never seen a striker like Sam Surridge and, I guess an attacking midfielder like Hani Mukhtar, after they lose possession of the ball, they go after the defender, which is incredible because when you put more pressure on the opposing team, you create all these mistakes.
Okay.
And then Nashville's able to regain possession. And the creativity when they're on the ball is impressive as well. Like Eddie Tagseth, and it was this
That guy.
and I'll talk more about this with Talking Calcio, but like the way they use Eddie Tagseth, it's like he's a termite. He absorbs every part of the field. And Gaston Brugman, who got his first start this past weekend, he was more centrally located in the midfield. So then he's not as quick and fast. He's
Okay.
more of a,
Right. But you know who could take out a termite? One Jake Wallman.
yes, you're right.
So many reasons applied there. So when's the next Nashville SC game at home?
Saturday, they take on Cincinnati. Big rivalry game.
That'll be good.
Okay.
Where can people hear your podcast, and what is the name of it again?
It's called Talking Calcio Podcast. Thank you, Chase. It is on the Game Nashville Sports Network podcast.
There you go.
Talking what?
Calcio. Calcio in Italian is soccer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wanted to make
Talking
it something,
Calcio. I
to me.
like it, man.
Gotcha.
Good. I'm glad you are our inside source for all things Nashville SC.
It's not
We need to
Calcio at Pepe, but it's Calcio.
We need to get Nani to record a promo. Listen to my Nicholas. Talk to Calcio.
I can do something like that.
No, that's
that would
a
be
serious.
awesome.
Yeah.
Actually.
Hello, I'm a Nani, my little precious prince, Nicholas. What is she called? Does she have a name for you?
She calls me Sunshine.
Sunshine.
By the way,
That's
for those who
Sunshine.
don't know, Dr. Crane is Italian. He has a wonderful, beautiful grandma who loves him and is a big fan of the show. And then we need her.
And
for
calls her
promo.
Nani.
Calls her Nani.
So we love Nani too.
I made pizza Friday and I brought it over to her because she had surgery.
She
on her
has fit.
shoulder.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Yeah,
hope
so
you
she's doing a lot better.
Good.
And so I sat down at the kitchen table and we were sitting there, and all of a sudden she goes, the show you produce, I love the Chase and Big Joe.
Hey!
It's not Chase, it's the Chase and Big Joe.
I love
do
it.
we need any? I mean, do we need any more
We're
validation
done.
in our lives?
We're good.
The boss comes, hey, Joe and Chase, you're ranked last in Nashville. It's like,
We don't
but
care. Nani loves us.
Nani loves us.
It's the Nani Nashville ranking.
Turns out we're not ranked last, but that's okay. Thank you, Nani. We love that. We will. We're all over the place today, but it's kind of fun. Brett Kern going to join us coming up next. A lot out there, including we haven't even touched on this yet. His former teammate is back in the news. He might make a comeback. We'll talk to Brett Kern about that and much more on the Chase and Big Joe show. Nani's favorite 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Hour number 2, chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3, the game on this Monday. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Let's continue the fun times with our man Brett Kern, former Titans punter, who joins us now. Brett, how you doing?
Good. How y'all doing?
Oh, we're fantastic. I want to start with your former quarterback, your buddy Ryan Tannehill. Some news over the weekend that he in Minnesota could be chatting about a potential comeback. It looks like they're not going to get Aaron Rodgers. They have JJ McCarthy, who's they're basically still their rookie. But could Tannehill maybe end up in Minnesota?
I don't know. Yeah, it'd be definitely interesting. I think last year, kind of what he was looking for, what he was wanting to do. I just don't think there was a fit for him that he really felt, was the right move. And obviously there's an opportunity that presents itself where he feels, it's a good place to be, right spot for his family. If he wants it, I think he'll take it. Obviously, I don't know that, 100%. I'd be sad to lose my golf partner, during the week, but we'll see what happens.
Golf partner, huh? That's interesting.
Oh yeah, we got quite a myself, Ben Jones, Ryan Suckup, and Tannehill. We usually try to go out and play, once a week, and have a little contest, a little match. Sometimes we switch partners around, switch different games around, but it's a good time. It's a really good time.
What's your favorite course in town?
We're gonna send Stillman out there to.
What's your favorite one, buddy?
Yeah, McCabe.
Hey, there you go. That's a good one. That's a solid course for sure. Brett Kern is with us. So it's Cam Ward's pro day down in Miami. The entire Titans contingent is down there. I mean, at this point, I don't really know what else they need to see. They've watched the film, they've talked to him, all of that stuff. But what do you think they're looking for at the pro day?
That's a great question. Obviously, pro days, guys are in, shorts and a t-shirt, throwing to guys that they're used to throwing to, no rush. Obviously trying to make them throw certain throws, certain things, but all that's been on film, obviously in a game. So, I think it's just, I don't know if it's a matter of show. Obviously you have a contingency of a lot of guys that are down there, obviously with the Titans and kind of, I don't know. I'm torn between the fact of like they're definitely going to take Cam Ward, or is this still just a play of like, well, look what they've done in free. Like, what are they trying to portray to everybody across the league? Whether with what they've done in free agency, they didn't sign a quarterback. Is this to really make it look like they want Cam Ward? And is there another team out there that wants Cam Ward potentially even more? To maybe trade? I don't know. But obviously they're all down there in Miami. Checking out his pro day and, kind of see what happens.
We're talking to the former Titans punter, Brett Kern. Hey, let me ask you this, and you've been asked this before, but I don't think I've ever asked you this. When it comes to Tannehill, I mean, he wants to come back, but when did you know, Brett, yourself, that it was over?
When I was used to hitting certain punts at like a certain distance, direction, hang time, all that kind of stuff. And when that wasn't happening, I knew it was done. Just because from a mental standpoint, it's almost like, if you're used to, throwing a 95 mile an hour fastball and you're able to beat guys with a heater, right? Hitting your spots, hitting your corners. And then all of a sudden now you're throwing 89, 88, and you're still hitting your spots. But guys are obviously able to catch up to that fastball. And that's tough. And so for me, I probably could have played another year or two. But for me, it was really, really hard mentally, if anything, knowing that I wasn't performing to that level. Like, I had that stretch probably from like 2015, then the 3 Pro Bowls, and COVID was just kind of a disaster year. And a little bit of that next year where I felt like I was just, spot on, hitting my spots, directional, distance, everything was just kind of in sync. And then, towards the end, it just became hard, which really affected me mentally. And at that point, once you're kind of screwed up mentally with it, it's time to hang it up. So I just felt like at that point, I was blessed with a 15-year career, and it's time to move on and move on to other things.
Did you have a conversation with your wife and said, "I'm done"?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We had a conversation, and, she's like, yeah, I support you 100%. And she's always supported me through, from day one when we first met in college to, until I retired. I mean, I remember, at Toledo, in the wintertime, obviously there's nowhere to punt, right? You're not going to punt outside when it's, 25 degrees up in, Ohio and all that stuff. So I knew a buddy who worked at a golf course, and they had a golf dome, with the indoor
Wow.
golf and all that stuff. And so he let me come when it closed. So I would go there at 9:00 at night with my wife, and there's no heat. It was like maybe 45, 40 degrees, 50 degrees in there. And I would go punt balls at 9:00 at night, and she'd go out there and help me out. And so like I said, she's obviously been supportive 100% since day one. And so, yeah, we've had multiple conversations, and we just knew it was time to be done.
I think it's good. Is it good clarity for you knowing that it was time? Because a lot of guys, as you well know, stick around way too long. But for yourself, you knew that it was like, all right, I know I'm good mentally. I'm good.
I'm good. Yep, I'm good. I didn't want to finish, kind of on a bad note of punting how I knew I wasn't capable of punting. I kind of rather go out kind of on a higher note to kind of finish strong rather than just kind of limping. If I played like year 16, year 17, not performing to how I thought I could perform. And then also what it was doing to, my body, putting my body through another season, at, 37, 38 years old, punting a football takes a toll on your body. So it was just a decision that I felt very at peace with.
Former Titans punter Brett Kern is on the line with us. Also, the report today that they have signed Joey Sly, a kicker.
Sly dog.
Yeah. Do you know him? Have you gotten to work with him in the offseason?
Man, I tell you what, if you're hanging out with some specialists and you get into a bar fight, like that's the dude you want on your side.
Yes.
He could probably bench more than half the D linemen or offensive linemen. He's a strong man. But yeah, I'd be curious to see. Obviously signing him probably to a minimum deal. And then, like I said, I still think they're going to go out and, I still think they could potentially draft somebody. Or, you get somebody that's, has a draftable grade as a kicker, and sign him as a UDFA. So, just for competition. So we'll see what happens. He's got a strong leg. I remember when he came out, I think it was 2019 when he was in Carolina for 19 and 20. And just watching some of his film, and I mean, he was putting 60-yarders halfway up the uprights, and it just was like, man, how can somebody kick a ball that hard and that far? But yeah, he's got a leg, and so I'd be curious to see, how the competition goes, who they bring in. But that'd be pretty crazy though if you had Sly, Hecker, and Cox. Either that sounds like you can make a pretty cool band name out of that, or it's like a law firm, one of the two. So yeah, it's obviously something that probably had to be done. To get a kind of a veteran kicker in, and then obviously bring somebody else that's younger and for competition.
All right, in a bar brawl, are we on Sly's side or are we on Vrabel's side? Who wins this?
Ooh.
The whole Vrabel, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a no. I mean, look, Sly is built like a brick, but I mean, Vrabel is.
Vrabel just like, he's tall, he's intimidating, and he gives you a look, and you're just like, yeah, I'm out. I'm good. I don't even want to participate.
Did you laugh when you heard the rumors about Vrabel? I forget who put the story out there about how he intimidated people in the job search. Did that make you laugh? Because it made me laugh.
I haven't heard any of the reports of that, but that's pretty funny if that's true.
They said he'd sit across the table, and some GMs were intimidated by Vrabel.
Yeah, that was the
just
report.
made me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he has a very intimidating presence. He's a smart guy, and he knows football. And so when you have that with a combination of kind of his physical appearance, and his confidence of how he can talk about football and his knowledge of it, that's a very intimidating person. So yeah, I could definitely see that
100%. Real quick, a texter on our text line asked, "Do you ever still kick for fun?"
No, absolutely not. I did. So I did this this golf event this weekend in Dallas, where it was an NFL tournament, and there's some of these guys are trying to do a startup of kind of having a golf league, but for former professional athletes. So there's like a football, MLB, NHL, NBA, and they're all having their own tournaments. And guys that finish in the top 6 will then come together and kind of have like a Ryder Cup where the leagues will compete against each other. So NFL just got done. We were in Frisco, Texas, at PGA Frisco, the East Course. And they had like a little competition where they put a trash can out probably about 30, 35 yards away. And they had some FC Dallas players come. They're like, oh, see if you can, punt a football into the trash can. And I probably hit, I don't know, 15 balls. And like I said, it was not very far, 30, 35 yards. I did get one in the trash can, won the competition. But I woke up the next day and I was like, this set me back a couple of days because I was pretty sore, and it wasn't even a far punt. So my punting days are over. So
the mind says yes, the body says no.
Right.
The mind, yeah, absolutely. I feel like I could go out to a football field. The mind says, oh, you could put this out at the 5-yard line, no problem. And then the body tries it, and it's just, it's not happening anymore.
How good of a golfer is Ben Jones?
Ben, I tell you what, for a big guy, for an offensive lineman, he's like I said, he would be my partner any day. He hits it straight. He's got good touch for a big guy. He can putt well, and of course, he's so much fun to play with on the golf course because he's got a ton of stories. You're always laughing, always joking, and he's a good player.
All right, good. I like it when big men who aren't supposed to be good at golf are good at golf.
Yeah. Oh, like I said, he'd be the perfect. I think he's like a 10 handicap, 11 handicap,
Whoa.
and he'd be like the perfect guy for like a member guest, right? Because he can go in and he'll rattle off, 5 or 6 pars in a row, and you're getting strokes on those holes, and then he might have like a double and a bogey, and then he'll come back with some more pars. It's just, he's a great golf partner, and he's a ton of fun to play with.
So he's never launched a driver into the pond on hole 6 or something?
No, I'm telling you, he hits his driver really straight, and it's like this little baby cut. It's amazing. We'll go around and play around the golf, and he'll miss like 2 fairways the whole day. And it's pretty remarkable for a guy that big to kind of have that rotation and that swing. Cause it's kind of harder for the bigger guys to do that, but he can do it, and he does it well.
Oh, that is fantastic. By the way, people on our text line are fascinated to know and wanting to know how far you could punt right now. So people still love you, Brett.
Well, I mean, I hit it. I put it in a 35-yard trash can. So, if the Titans ever need somebody to come out and pin one deep from, probably about the 40-yard line, I could probably, dial that up for a little bit. But the training that I did, the working out, all that kind of stuff, it would take me at least a good month or two to get back into kicking shape. So, I like my days on the golf course more than on the football field. So
I do not blame you at all. Thanks as always for doing this. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good. Y'all take care.
You too. Brett Kern, former Titans punter, joining us on the program. We'll react to some of the things he had to say and much more here on this Monday. You can weigh in at 615-737-1025. That's our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel, 1025-1063 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3, The Game here on this Monday, broadcasting from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership, where the buzz is always about great service.
It's a good time with Mr. Kern.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny if we got you to long snap, him to punt, and Derek to receive.
It'd be a good time.
And then Bud would have to cover the insurance bill, the medical bill.
If I could snap, and then Brett could do the high one, but I'd rather have you return, and like 7 of us come barreling down on you.
Dr. Crane, do you know how to do CPR?
I do. I'm
Okay.
actually CPR certified.
All right, then I'll do it.
Because and then Derek will testify. I think one of the hardest things to do in all sports is to catch a punt. Hit a curveball is pretty tough. When Roger Clemens is throwing a 101-mile fastball at your head, that's pretty tough. But I think catching a punt is like guys like Derek made it look so easy. Like, oh, I can do that. But when you got 3 guys who are barreling down on you at a high rate of speed, and you have a split-second decision, do I fair catch this ball or do I take my chances to see if I can do anything? It's tough, man. So if we could go full sprint after Chase down the field, I'm all in for it.
That would certainly be funny.
But you have to catch it. You can't not let it bounce. You got to catch it.
I don't know if I'd catch. I mean, I used to be able to catch him. I don't know if I would the first one because it's been a while, but I probably
It's
could.
not easy. I'm telling you, it's not
because you're looking
easy.
up, you get lost in the sun. Like there's
60,000 people around screaming, and you know what's at stake. And you know what? That's why when Kern did the hold for suck up on the 50-yard or whatever field goal it was, it beat the Chiefs. Was it 60?
no, it was
2016 season, right? 20.
yeah. I don't think it was 60. Barones hit the 60-yarder.
That was against the Colts in 06. But to catch that, put it down, spin the laces out, knowing the game's on the line.
when it's 12 below.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it was cold.
yes.
I mean, you're asking a lot.
I mean, there's the things I don't think most people could do. I don't think. You think you could hit a curveball?
No,
Even like a 75-mile-per-hour curveball. You know how hard it is to hit a curveball?
probably not.
Try hitting a knuckleball.
I don't even know if I could hit a fastball.
Right? I talk to the Donaldson lefty all the time about, popping the curveball and dropping it down. I'm like, to make like Paul Skeens, what he does with the baseball
It's absurd.
is amazing. You can't hit that. And if you do, you're world class.
First
World
ever
class.
home run was on a curveball.
What's
Walk-off.
that?
Myself, yeah.
Really?
Left field, yeah.
Nice.
What was this at West National Sports League? What are we
No,
talking about?
it was Creve Hall.
It is high. It is deep. It is gone.
Did you do the bat flip?
I did. I flipped it towards my own dugout, but I was like, wow, I actually hit a home run.
Good for you, man. That's what people
Did the
got.
trot.
I did do the
No
try.
smile. Little trot down around the bases.
My dad was the third base coach. He told me, he goes, just hit a home run. I was like, I know I did.
That's good for you, man. I think some of the best moments in baseball are when guys do hit a home run and they glare into the dugout. Like when Tennessee in 22, people hated that baseball team because they would hit homers and point. And I was like, I love this.
I did have a no doubter once. It was great. I stood there at home plate and watched it go to left field. It was
Oh,
beautiful.
he knocked it out. Chase had a no doubter one time at Tootsie's, but it didn't work out for him. It didn't work.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, so be careful the no doubters there, Dr. Crane. But the fact that you had tangible no doubter makes it feel good, right? Well done.
Well done, Dr. Crane. We're very proud of you.
He's like,
Thank
y'all
you.
shut up and leave me alone. Too well done. What means Friday? What are we going Friday?
We're going to the Sounds. Opening day.
Crazy.
First Horizon.
Love it, man.
I know. It's hard to believe. Do you care about Cam Ward's pro day at all?
Not at all.
Like, I mean, at this point, shouldn't you know if you're the Titans? Like,
Mhm.
hasn't the decision been made?
Pro days, according to our good friend, the coach, are for guys who are not getting the publicity, and coaches need to come see them physically.
Yeah.
Like EKU had a guy drafted last year by the Saints, and the Saints drafted their left tackle, but they needed to see him. They saw the tape. They saw how good he was, but they didn't see him in person. They needed to see his footwork, like visually touch.
They
Like,
wanted the O-line coach to work him out.
Yeah. So, and they drafted him and he made the team. And so Cam Ward's thing is you already know. I mean, yeah, good to go down there and see what he's doing. I get all that. But you got so much tape on this guy. And somebody made a good point about if they had 20 minutes with Cam Ward, they would put on the board his 5 worst plays or on the videotape and say, what were you thinking? And I'm
Yeah.
like, that is it.
That's what I would
want to
do.
hear.
No, like
Yes.
I don't care about what you do well. I know what you do well. I
Right.
can see that. I want to know what you do poorly and how you plan to fix it
Yep.
and your willingness to take the coaching. And here's my question for you coming up next. Does it matter what Mario Cristobal tells you? Like if you're Brian Callahan or you're Mike Borgonzi or whatever, I have somewhere I want to go with that, but I'd be curious of what talking to the college coach could accomplish and could tell you. And that's probably going to, happen at some point or has already. We'll discuss that and much more coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Is this Miami Vice?
Is this Miami Vice? I mean, come on, who am I working with?
No,
here?
I mean, I was just like, I wasn't. It's not TV themed Thursday. I wasn't expecting that.
It is Cam Ward's pro day in Miami.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see what you did.
And
there.
Jan Hammer on the synthesizers making it happen.
I was like, are Crockett and Tubbs going to Cam Ward's pro day?
Well, they walk over there and say, "We got to talk to you for a second." It's my very bad Sonny Crockett impression.
That's pretty bad.
That's
Actually.
all right there.
We were talking about home runs in the last
Yeah.
segment. Dustin from Hopkinsville said Morgan Wallen had a no doubter from the third floor. It was actually like the fifth floor.
Fifth or sixth floor,
Yeah,
right?
it was the
Something
roof.
like that. Yeah, that's
Pretty funny.
That's also the best place to transmit from.
Yeah, it is, according to John McClain. Do you think if let's say you're a coach or front office guy for the Titans, what's Mario Cristobal going to tell you?
Well, for those,
Or is it more the position coach?
I think it's both. But for those that know, he's the head coach of Miami. He only had him for a year now, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct? If I remember this correctly,
Think 2.
Well, 2 years.
Was
Okay,
it 2?
I don't remember.
I think it was 2.
Okay. All right. So you had him for it's better than a year. So you've got to know him. But I think you have to have the relationship. I think you and I can't ask Cristobal and say, hey, what's this guy? Oh, he's great. Blah, blah, blah. I think you have to have some sort of deeper relationship with him to say, look,
No, it was 1. You're right.
all right, is it like, look, does he show up on time? Does he help people? I mean, I need to know some things that off the field. I need to know off the field things about Cam Ward to make me go forward. And if he can say, look, man, guy's late sometimes and this and he gets high strung, then you need to know. I think you have to have that relationship. He's not telling us. I don't know if he's telling Mike Borgonzi that or whomever.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Do you remember the movie Draft Day?
Yeah, loved it. It's so bad that I loved it.
Right. But there's one part of that movie that like has always stood out to me. And I remember asking Floyd, like, do you guys actually ask questions like that? And he said yes. Remember they talked about the quarterback or whatever had a party and nobody showed up?
Yes.
And it was like, okay.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, that actually seems like a relevant question, to ask. So, and I'm calling Incarnate Word, I'm calling Washington State, like coaches that he had there, like, all right, is he attentive in meetings? Is he on time? Does he do extra work after practice, with receivers or whatever?
Yeah.
What do his teammates think? Do his teammates like him? Or is he good in school? I mean, you don't necessarily care if he's got a 4.0 GPA, but if he cares about going to class and school and doing well, then he's going to do the same thing in your classroom.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, that stuff matters.
And there was a thing that Jimmy Johnson that allegedly had at Miami and with the Cowboys as well was like he would seek out people out of the loop, like parking lot attendant. Just ask us, hey man,
Yeah.
how is Chase nice to you? I'm just curious. Oh yeah, he's great. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just simple things like that really meant nothing on the field, but meant everything off the field to do that. And I don't know Cam Ward, by all accounts, he's a great guy. All that's going on, but I just think at a pro day, you go down there and you can see him, and all right, he's everything we thought he was, and go. But I don't think I get to look. If he throws 10 great passes and the receiver drops 9 of them, then it's like, why he dropped passes? I mean, it doesn't mean anything to Cam Ward because the receiver's dropping passes. So I'm not getting nothing out of that. Now, if you put on the tape of him versus Florida State or the comeback game when they beat Cal and they were down 34-7, I want to see that. I was like, what did you tell your teammates? What was the mindset? What was your mindset during all this? Those are things I need to know going forward. And that's the thing when they talked about Tom Brady. Tom Brady was that way when they said they scouted Brady, was kind of like, hey, the confidence was exuding from Brady. And that they said that was thing number one. Tom Brady was the confidence, knew he could go and get the job done. Here's what he did wrong. Here's what he did right. Here's how I lifted my teammates up. I was like, and you could tell if it's BS or genuine.
Sure.
And that really put Brady in the minds of when he told Bob Kraft that in the hallway. Bob Kraft, he's like, do you know who I am? He's like, yeah, you're the quarterback from Michigan. He's like, no, I'll be the best draft choice you ever made.
Love that.
Like, yes, go
Love that.
forward.
Prove it, but love it.
Mm-hmm.
Now the question will be, do they come out of this going, all right, yep, we're going to take him.
Until the Giants make this unbelievable, crazy offer for them.
Well, and that leads me to my next point. do you make it known, yeah, we're going to take Cam Ward. We love Cam
Yes.
Ward. We want him, because to me, that's going to up the price.
Yep. This guy's great. He makes all the throws. He's our guy. And then
then it becomes, how much do the Giants love him? Because I agree, as he once said, every man has a price for the $1 million man.
And I think somebody's going to make an offer to them. Maybe not the Giants, another team. It's going to put it out there like, let's go for this. Let's see what we can get, see what we can do. And then get it.
What if you are making the decision? So you're Mike Borgonzi and Chad Brinker. You're making the decision. The Giants call you. They say, hey, we'll give you 3. We'll give you our second or our third. I want the third. Give us our third. Give us 1 next year. I mean, what else?
I want, because you flip-flop, give me your 3. I want a third, and I want your number 1 next year, and I want a 4th this year. I want your number 1 next year.
Yeah. Oh, I do too, because I think they're still going to be bad.
Because I'll have 2 picks in the – but I think all I want from next year is a number 1. I want the now.
Yeah.
Give me your flip-flop your number 1. Give me your third and your 4th.
Would you be okay with 2 seconds, no third, and then maybe a 4th?
Absolutely.
I would too.
Absolutely.
Because you can kind of accomplish what you
Look,
need.
we sat here with Jeff Fisher, and he said, every team's going to throw an offer just to see.
Sure.
And what if the Chiefs throw it out there and like, hey, we're going to, not Mahomes, but we're going to offer you 8 different things to get that pick, and then they take Abdul Carter. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. And Fisher was like, that's the beauty of this. It's just these offers keep coming in there. He's like, hell, we made offers and just throw it out there, see what we can get. And so that's what they all do. And they got Jared Goff from the Titans in 2016. That's what they did.
I wish that I had enough pull that I could just, off the record, just be like, all right, what would you take? Like, give me a ballpark. You don't have to tell me exactly, but give me a ballpark of what you would take.
Who are you being?
Asking the Titans.
You're okay, sure.
Yeah.
The Giants.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Just tell them. Just, and then I could, because see, here's the thing. If I'm in that position, I'll tell you what I want. And at this point, it's what I would take. Like, because I don't have to. I can draft the player, or I can take your trade.
What time is Cam Ward's draft thing? Pro day. Because I'm watching
It's
this on
this
network.
Afternoon, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's during Jared's show.
But then again, what if the Giants say, you know what? We're going to wait. Because I keep hearing all this about Jackson Dart, man. I keep hearing all this. I hear very little about Shedeur Sanders anymore. So I don't know what's going on. I just think that Dart moving up is telling. And I still think Cam and Shedeur go up there, but maybe
I think Dart might get drafted before Shedeur.
Maybe the Giants want that and say, we're going to take him. We'll take him at 3rd. We got our guy at 3rd. You're not taking him.
But what if,
3rd.
remember when Lamar was in, there was all this talk about him, and it was like, well, nobody was really sure. And then Baltimore, didn't they trade back up into the first round? And
I think he's the last pick,
right? He was the last pick. He was 32.
Yeah.
And they kind of took a flyer on him. Well, I mean, they haven't won a Super Bowl with him yet, but he's a 3-time MVP. So I would say that they've hit on their guy.
Pretty darn good, right? Yeah.
I mean, could Shedeur be that guy that everybody's like, I don't know if he's it, and then
but you got to get in the right system. You got to get in the right spot.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be with the right coach.
Imagine Mahomes, if he came here, would not be the Mahomes that we know now. What's going on? He'd have come in with Malarkey in 17, and it wouldn't have worked. It just,
I don't know. I mean, I would have trusted him with Malarkey over some other people, not Robisky, but Malarkey.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying it would just change the trajectory of so many things. But he landed with Andy Reid, that he's so good to do that. But I don't know. But you're right. If I'm the Titans and Cam Ward in the back of my mind, I'm going to trade him. He's great. He's got everything you need going forward. He's the one. I just don't think they want him. And until I hear Goodell say, with the number 1 pick, the Titans take Cam Ward, well, I believe it. I'm just waiting.
Goodell walks across the stage and goes, "Welcome to the 2025 NFL Draft. The Titans have deferred to next year."
Yeah, all that.
The new rule. they find in the bylaws that, hey, we can actually defer our pick to the following year.
It happened once, right? When a team missed their deadline during draft, they got was it the Vikings?
I think it was the Vikings.
And they weren't ready. How are you not ready?
Well, if that happens to the Titans,
could you imagine that? Now you got me thinking that's going to happen. If they don't make the number one, could you imagine?
oh,
Then the Browns are like, what the hell?
oh my God.
They go on and on.
You talk about Stillman losing it.
Woo!
We'd all lose it. Let's go to Robert. Robert wants to weigh in, has a question for us. Hello, Robert.
Hey guys, what's going on? Chase and Big Joe.
Not
What's
much,
up,
man.
Hey, just a real quick question: is in your mind, is Cam Ward worthy of a number one pick? And then I'm just so damn scared right now that I think the Titans are going to screw this up. I mean, just really, I think they're going to screw this number one pick up because in my opinion, Ward's not worthy of a number one pick. And I'm just sorry. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, one more question. Joe, what year did you graduate?
From what?
McGavick?
86.
Okay, I thought so. All right. Yeah, I graduated from Antioch in 85, so I remember seeing you around.
You had what was your head coach over there, football coach? Good man.
Coach Dunn.
Yeah, that's right. Coach Dunn was a good man. Sorry, he passed away about 30-something years ago.
Yes, sir, he sure did. I was in the Marine Corps. I took leave to come home for his funeral.
Oh, man. He's a guy that did more than was just a football coach. That dude was a second dad to so many people.
You already know, boy. That's a good way to describe him. He was a second dad to a lot of people.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Joe. Y'all have a good day.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you.
Thanks for the call, Robert. Appreciate it. I mean, my honest answer is no. I don't really think there is a true 1-1 in this draft, but there's going to have to be by default. But I don't think any of these players in this draft are truly the first overall pick. That's just the way this class has, and it happens that way sometimes. I mean, Joe Burrow, we knew, yeah, that guy's 1-1. Like that guy is worthy of that.
But there's so much consternation with Cam Ward that I'm not sold on it. We knew Caleb Williams, you knew on Burrow, you knew on Manning. We talked about this on and on and on. Now it's like, they wait. I would hate to be in a situation. That's why I think trading out of this and seeing what you could get and building on and on, man, I don't know. There's a lot of questions that are here.
So many questions. Coming up next, we will tell you what day it is and celebrity birthdays. This week's Nashville's best deal is Boom Boss Pizza and Watch Bar. We had some fun there last week, just in time for the tournament. Score half off a $30 gift card and enjoy their award-winning pizza and handcrafted beverages. Visit them in Nashville, Spring Hill, or Murfreesboro. Just head to thegamenashville.com/deals while supplies last. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 1063 The Game here on this Monday. Looks like it is official that Sean Miller will leave Xavier to coach at Texas. Not that that's a really big secret as the carousel begins in college basketball. I guess it's already begun, but continues. Will Wade to NC State. Now Sean Miller leaves Xavier after going back and goes to Texas.
What's the deal with the team manager at McNeese State?
I don't really. He's got like an NIL deal and all this stuff.
Did he do something funny that I missed out on?
I don't know. It kind of went viral.
His name is Amir Khan, and he basically walks out with a big boom box with McNeese State before the game.
Did I read he's going to go to NC State?
He is. He
That's
is. I
crazy.
guess that's good branding for NC State with Will Wade.
That's how we're making stars. I used to have that same boombox, the Wave Pool in the 80s. I didn't get anything. For
Well,
that.
it was sponsored the last game by Buffalo Wild Wings. He came out with a Buffalo Wild Wings boombox. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Oh, that's great. I had no idea.
Devin and Dixon said if the Titans somehow were to miss getting the pick in, y'all will have to air rush Stillman to Vanderbilt.
He would, yeah. I think he truly would have a coronary.
I might go too. I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
Could you
they screw that up.
imagine? Oh, I want him to do it now just for the collateral
Listen.
damage.
Listen, when you say could you imagine, on most things, my answer with the Titans would be yes. I actually think that even they wouldn't screw that up. So
It's like when somebody says, "Hey, no offense," and you're like,
yeah,
But-
with that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays. It's brought to you by Jarrett Companies Inc. Above and beyond industry standards, wide-ranging fire protection, sprinkler systems, extinguishers, kitchen hood suppression. Just visit them online at jarrettcompaniesinc.com.
Short list today, gentlemen. Only 5. We have International Day for Achievers. So
every day, man.
shout out
That's
to that.
us.
A National Cheesesteak Day is today.
Oh, I love cheesesteaks.
Delicious. National Chocolate Covered Raisins Day. Be careful.
Nice,
Let me
nice.
tell you about those. You can get them at Publix, and they are fantastic, and they make you pay for it. Not Publix, the peanuts. Raisins. What is it? Peanuts.
They're chocolate covered raisins.
Raisins.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Just
See,
be
I've got
careful.
PTSD from all that.
Okay. Well, you can wash it down with your National Cocktail Day. So
Oh,
Nice.
what's a good one?
You like tequila?
Yeah, lemon espresso. What
lemon
about
espresso.
not lemon espresso? What's the
A lemon drop
lemon drop?
martini.
lemon drop martini? There we go.
Lemon espresso. That's a
What?
new one.
No, it's lemon drop martini. There we go.
To wrap it up, we have World Tuberculosis Day.
All right. Time for celebrity birthdays, Chase.
Let's do it. What?
Who's it brought to us by?
I've already done that.
Oh, did you?
yeah.
Where have I been?
I don't know. What'd you do Saturday, Joe?
We do that before.
That was scary. I didn't know what I did Saturday. And I finally,
Yeah.
thanks to the Lebanon High School football, we had a casino night. A lot of fun, raised a lot of money. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Got to give them the 2. From Revenge of the Nerds, he was the lead nerd, Robert Carradine.
54.
50.
71.
Oh, okay.
You guys are close on that. TV personality Star Jones used to be on The View.
55.
60.
63. Man, I am so losing my mind. Actor Jim Parsons from The Big Bang Theory.
44.
48.
He's 52.
Is he really?
Good Lord.
Sheldon?
52 years old.
Wow.
Right? Actress Allison Hennigan. Isn't she the one that said one time in band camp?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was on How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I mean, I'm going to say 51.
49.
51 right on.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Chase went to band camp with her.
At one time at band camp.
I mean, I would have.
We're saving this one for last. Oh, Jessica Chastain. She was great in Zero Dark 30. She's beautiful.
You're a beautiful soul.
That's might be the sweetest thing you ever said to me.
44.
42.
48. You guys are way off today.
Oh.
I don't know who that is. All right, keep going down here. Singer Nick Lowe. Cruel to be kind in the right man. Used to be married to Carlene Carter.
62.
59.
76. Actress Donna Pescal. She was in Saturday Night Fever. She was his girlfriend.
58. 71.
68.
71 dead on, 4-0. Actress Kelly LeBrock from Weird Science, married to Steven Seagal.
Oh. 68.
77.
65. Actress Laura Flynn Boyle,
What did she do?
Twin Peaks and a few other things.
61.
65.
55. Guys are so off the chart here today. See who else on that. All right, let's go to sports world now. Former San Francisco 49er wide receiver, Olympic gold medalist Ronaldo Nehemiah won an Super Bowl in 84 with the 49ers.
70.
74.
66. That liquored up drunk kicker, Mike Vanderjack from the Colts.
45.
53.
55. You're on the board. 4-1, Chase. Former Tennessee Oiler linebacker Terry Killens.
51.
52.
Chase is killing it. 6-1. He's 51 years old. The quarterback that drove me crazy and made me not root for the Saints anymore, Aaron Brooks.
53.
49.
49 exactly. Dr.
Nice.
Crane's coming back at 6-3. Chris Bosh, NBA player Chris Bosh.
40.
41.
He is 41 exactly. Holy cow. Doctor, it's now 6-5. Let's see here. DeMar Hamlin.
30.
He's around my age. I'm going to go 27.
27 exactly.
Jeez.
Dr. Crane's up now 7-6. We got 2 left. Jason Duffner, the golfer. Jason Duffner.
35.
41.
48. Our final birthday. Oh, this sets up so good. Dr. Crane's up 7-6. Our final birthday. Man, I'm from Memphis. Peyton Manning. How old is Peyton Manning today? Today is
Oh, the sheriff.
for the win, Chaser, for the win.
50.
51.
He is 49 years old.
Tie.
We have a tie.
Okay. It is Adam Vingan's birthday.
Oh,
I don't know how old Adam is.
I don't either.
Can this break the tie?
It could break the tie.
All right.
all right.
I'm going to say Adam
Oh, this is good. 7-7 right now.
34.
36.
36.
Oh!
All right. Happy birthday, Adam.
Yes.
Congratulations,
Oh,
Dr.
that's
Crane.
great. That's the best birthday one yet. 9-7. Dr. Crane wins. Down.
Stared into my soul. I had to get it right.
Oh,
You were
that
down
was good.
6-1.
Yeah, nice comeback. Brought to you by Jarrett Companies Inc. Above and beyond industry standards. Visit them at jarrettcompaniesinc.com.
Amen. Hey, to our guys out there this week, the new week is here. It's awesome. It's beautiful outside. We love you. If you need to talk to somebody, you can call or text 988 on your cell phone. Somebody's always there to talk to you. We are always here to talk to you. Reach out us to social media. We will stop everything we need, what's going on, to talk to you to make sure you're okay. Our world is a better place because you are here. I'm telling you right now, it's a better place. Know that we love you. And more importantly, more than anything else, God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll DVD with the birthday boy, Adam Vingan. Up next, 102.5, 106.3, The Game.